It's hard for a lot of people out there. The current state of the crypto market got people completely wrecked already. People feel like, maybe I should just capitulate, sell my altcoins and buy back lower. Is that wise? And if you are out of cash to buy crypto, then what should you do? Well, you should like the video at first. That would help me a lot, and also yourself, because I can keep making content, not going anywhere. Bull market, bear market, sideways market. Welcome to the channel. We take you completely through it. I've been in crypto for 11 years right now. I'm still alive. I'm still not working at the McDonald's. So hey, I guess we're doing fine over here. So let's go over the market as it is today. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, nothing too crazy is happening right now. If you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin has been ranging since the end of February. So for a couple of months already, top side of the range, 72, 73K, downside of the range, 59K, give or take. We're now sitting at 64.5. So we're in the middle of the range. So basically, when you look at Bitcoin, nothing crazy is happening, right? It's just a consolidation before the next big move. And the next big move is likely going to be up, since we are in a bull market and we are not in a bear market. Some people doubt though, like, oh, we are not in a bull market. That I don't know, man, but this is pretty freaking bullish to me. Bitcoin has been up double since a year ago. That's pretty nice. However, altcoins are doing not so well. And a lot of people, they don't care about Bitcoin, but they care about altcoins. For all these people, I would like to say, next cycle, don't ignore Bitcoin. All right, the thesis for a lot of people has always been like, yeah, but Bitcoin is boring and Bitcoin doesn't give you these good returns. And you know, if you look at previous Bitcoin bull markets, you could have invested in the, like, by far safest crypto asset out there, and you rode it from 3K to 70K. That's more than a 20x. In a time span of 3 years, I don't know, 20xing your money with relative low risk in 3 years is pretty good, okay? Still, people like to gamble into altcoins because, hey, 100x, right? 100x. But is it actually worth it in a market where these altcoins all go down? The time for altcoins will come. But as I said before, it's not the most important thing to know what altcoins to buy. It's more important to know when to buy and how to buy. There are certain strategies that you can apply to this, which can help you a lot, and one, by not losing money, and two, really making some good money. Okay, so I don't know if I asked already, but if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, turn the bell notification on. We're not going anywhere. Don't miss out on any new videos, guys, because it is getting pretty interesting in these coming months, and I want everybody to be here. We are building the biggest, fucking strongest, smartest army on YouTube. Why? Because I see so many channels, not to talk shit about those though, but I see so many channels just saying, alt season coming, buy these altcoins, oh, it's getting low, buy, oh, it's getting lower, buy. And now it's really low, they say, yeah, maybe we should wait. And no, we need to have the knowledge. We do not need a stupid video that everybody can see about the 10 best altcoins to buy. You're not front running anybody that way. Everybody has access to these videos. You want to know what's up with the market. So I want to give you some general info about this market that you should apply right now and also in the next cycle, so that you completely kill it. Because a lot of people are down on their portfolios with 70-80%. I can tell you, I'm also down, but more like 20%. All right, and that's pretty good for a market from the all-time highs, right? That's pretty good for a market that overall has gone down with 37%. Right? And this 37% is not a real average. This is just the top 125, excluding the top 10. So these are just 115 coins right here. And these 150 mid-high cap coins are down on average 37%. However, if you take a look at altcoins specifically, like an Altura, for example, which is not that high cap, it's also not that low cap, right? But this is already down 70%. Even if you look at a higher cap coin like AVAX, it's already down 60%. And then the real low cap coins that people like to gamble on, which can make you a lot of money, as you can see right here, if the market is doing well, but they can also wreck you with 83% so far if the market is not doing well. Okay, so if you manage in this kind of market to be just down with 20, maybe 30, 40%, then you're completely outperforming the market. And I just like to show you how I do that and how this also gives me the chance to prepare for the next leg up. Because the base case of this video is that a lot of people don't, unfortunately, have the money to buy the real dip. Okay, and what do I mean by the real dip? Again, if we take a look at this chart, for example, people like to buy the dip, right? And that's understandable. They see a coin go up hard and they see a dip and they'll be like, oh, let's buy that up. Not knowing that a couple of weeks later, the chart will look way lower than what it is back then, right? Now, I'm not here sitting saying that this will go lower because I have no clue. But it's not about knowing. If you are in crypto and you think like, yeah, I know what's going to happen, you're going to get wrecked. Because if you're really honest with yourself, you don't know. Nobody knows. The biggest investors, traders, YouTubers, whatever, they don't know. What we do in crypto is look at the macro, right? But mostly look at the charts. And with these statistics, come to a conclusion of what's most likely to happen, right? That, and then you still don't know, but then you can hedge the right way. And I think that that's super important. So my base case has always been for this cycle, and that really helped me a lot, to be honest. First, in a downtrend, in a bear market, you do not want to buy every dip. Okay, there were people not knowing really that this was already a bear market until we were far in the bear market, including myself for a long time, to be honest, right? But it takes cycles to learn, right? And at a certain, I applied it pretty well in this bear market already. Not perfect, but hey, we're not going for perfect. We're going for good enough to make money. A lot of people, they like to buy the dips. Goes down, buy the dip. Goes down more, 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 buy the dip. I've been saying for a long time, like, hey, I'm not buying. Even here, I said, I'm not buying. So people were mocking me after that. Like, yeah, you missed the bottom. Yeah, of course. Of course, I missed the bottom. You should miss the bottom. Because if you do not miss the bottom, it either means you're extremely lucky, right? But let's not count on luck. Or you have been buying so many dips that you happen to also got the bottom. The problem with that is if you buy it here and here and here and here and here, then your average is still somewhere around here. So did you actually buy the bottom, right? So first of all, in a downtrend, don't buy. Wait for the confirmation that the downtrend is over. Because what's a downtrend? Downtrend is lower lows, lower highs, right? And this was still a lower low. This point was a higher low. So here it was confirmed after this wick and it went up. It was confirmed like, okay, the downtrend is now over. And there it is safer to buy. By the way, if you want to get this information early or you want to see exclusive videos multiple times a week, have insights in my crypto portfolio, the moonshots that I'm looking at, the NFT collections that I'm looking at, join private sales of the best projects out there, you can check out the Patreon in the description down below. You can join here, check the tier that you like, join our private Discord, come talk to me, have one-on-one sessions. We had the best projects like MC2 Finance, Paradise Tycoon, X and AI, Kokidi, Xverse, Meta XC, Providence, Play, Ember, Evermoon. Great projects that are coming up, so you get so much more. And it's especially about the knowledge. We want to have the smartest community, and this is basically where that all takes place. I wasn't really vocal on altcoins still. I read about Bitcoin, right? And why is that? Because although the altcoin chart went up, did it go up because altcoins wanted to go up? Or did it go up because Bitcoin went up and altcoins felt like, okay, if you do it, we do it. Altcoins are pussies, right? They first want to see like, what's Bitcoin doing? I don't know. Oh, Bitcoin is going there? Okay. Like that's just what it is. Altcoins are never leading a bull market, okay? Also never a bear market. Altcoins just following Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is following stocks, for example. Well, not following, they're pretty correlated because they both depend on the macro conditions, right? So if you want to gamble your way into altcoins, first look like, okay, but how is Bitcoin looking? That's just what it is. Then I bought Bitcoin, right? And that was a pretty decent move because if you look, and this is not to say like, hey, this is what it did and it was well. It's more like, hey, this is also what I'm going to apply next cycle. And people didn't like me talking about it this cycle, so they're probably going to hate me for the next cycle as well. But apply it next cycle. Even if you do it with a part of your bag, okay? It will actually help you a lot. Because altcoins, they went down, although they went up on the dollar pair, they went down on the Bitcoin pair. If you look, altcoins from the bottom until where we are right now are up 230%. All right? Then again, if you look at Bitcoin from the bottom until where we are right now, it's up 314%. Now, that's a pretty big difference, right? It's not a huge difference. So you might feel like, yeah, okay, but you know, altcoins are more thrill and it's not like that big of a difference. Kind of true. But the thing is, altcoins are way higher risk. Bitcoin is, we all know that, per definition, lower risk than any other altcoin is or ever will be. And therefore, you're making more returns with less risk. So when you think about it like that, then you can come to the conclusion like, why in the fuck would someone buy altcoins then, right? And again, the conclusion is, well, maybe altcoins will outperform. You know, maybe this time is different. The thrill of an altcoin can do 100x is like great. But that comes with a price, right? The potential upside also comes with the downside. And therefore, you can now see that the downside is now also playing out because Bitcoin from the cycle highs is now down 12%. However, as we just saw, altcoins were down almost 40%, right? And that's not even, that's the collective top, like the collective 115 altcoins, right? Again, if you go a little lower on the list, and not even too low, but just a little lower, yeah, you can already see that most altcoins are down way more than that. If you look at real low caps, for example, playable games, yeah, it was a big outperformer at a certain stage of the market. But at the other stage of the market, it's going to pay the price for that, right? Now it's down 87%. You want to be here, of course, but you don't want to be here. What you also could have done is said, like, okay, you know, screw this completely. I might miss out on this, but I save myself this as well. And then you made steady money, right? And you were never in a worry that you are now maybe in a loss, right? Or that you miss out. Because if you would have bought Bitcoin, you are barely in a loss, right? Unless you bought the top, right? But overall, there's almost nobody in Bitcoin that's in a loss. And you are also not missing out because altcoins, they also move on their Bitcoin pairs, right? If you look at, well, for example, Eldora on its Bitcoin pair, this is how it looks, right? So you might be like, okay, you know what, Eldora on its dollar pair, I miss out. But then again, if you look at Eldora on its Bitcoin pair, first you made money with Bitcoin, and now you can buy the low, the ultimate low still. So you have never missed out on anything. Although this move happened, it might have sucked for you, but this move happened again as well. So if you just can stomach that and, you know, have the patience to go through that, then who cares? Who cares? And how to know when you should not buy these altcoins? It's very simple. Cycles, okay? Bitcoin moves in cycles. Altcoins moves in cycles. Right? If you take a look at the Bitcoin cycle, it's very simple. We have, again, I'm not going to explain this completely from the beginning. Most people know about this. But we have the Bitcoin halvings every 4 years. We have the bottom every 4 years. We have the top every 4 years. Yeah, if you look at it like that, then this whole cycle thing is child's play, right? And you could feel like, yeah, but you know, now people expect it. No, people don't expect it, right? So That's sometimes what I hear. People now expect this to play out, so it's going to be different. No, people always feel like this time is different, right? They always say like, yeah, well, this time we had a high before the halving, or this time we have ETFs, or this time we had, in this cycle these cycles we also had our own kind of news. But it didn't affect the cycle. We had a worldwide pandemic, for fuck's sake. And the cycle was not intact by a bit, right? In the short term, yeah, it moved with it. But overall, top to top, halving to halving, bottom to bottom, was exactly the same. Okay? So you would be stupid for not playing the cycles. Very simple. Play the cycles. It's easy. But altcoins also move by cycles. Now, what you notice is that Bitcoin always kind of does the same, right? In the halving year itself, right? In the halving year here, now this cycle was a little different actually, because this was the first cycle and there was barely any liquidity, right? But from this cycle, it started to move the same. So in the halving year itself, 2016 right here, didn't do much, right? Didn't do much. 2017, however, the post-halving year is where Bitcoin goes parabolic. Right now again, 2020, halving year, didn't do much, right? However, post-halving year, 2021, is the parabolic year. Now we are in 2024, the halving year. So far, not doing much. It could play out for the rest of the year like all these other cycles, right? And then what we can expect in the post-halving year is Bitcoin to go parabolic, right? Because it's very simple. Halving, parabolic. Halving, parabolic. Halving, parabolic. Now we have the halving. We might not go as parabolic as these previous cycles, as there are diminishing returns, of course. But to say that it's going down or sideways is like completely different. But then we have altcoins. Now, if we look at others again, also halving year, right? Nothing happens. And then post-halving year, parabolic. Halving year, nothing really much happens, although it goes up a little bit. But post-halving year, it really goes parabolic. Right now we are in the halving year. Nothing much is happening. It's going down a little bit. But hey, after this halving, we went down with 50%. And this halving right here, we did not go down, but we just came out of the COVID crash and money was printed. So I can understand that the downwards move already happened. But there is always so far a big, correction around the halving for altcoins. Here it was after the halving, here it was before the halving, and here it seems to be after the halving again. Right? So, should you buy altcoins a year before the halving, right? Like a lot of people did in this year. Well, 2023 for altcoins was okay, but that was because Bitcoin did well, right? How can you look at something like that if you look at others and you divide it by Bitcoin, right? Now, if you look at others and you divide it by Bitcoin, you can see 2023 for altcoins, right? What happened? 2023 for altcoins, it started here, right? And where did it end? It ended here. So, although altcoins went down and they went up a little bit again, overall it was pretty much, sideways. The halving year itself, where we are right now, if we look at history for altcoins, here it is not looking that bullish. This halving year for altcoins, 2020, was bullish, was bearish, right? Overall, we ended lower than where we came from. Right, so nothing too spectacular. Now we are at the halving year again. I expect nothing spectacular, okay? At least not to the upside. Now, post-halving years for altcoins are a complete different story. Because this is the chart that you want to look at. Not altcoins on the dollar pair, but this chart. Very simple. I said it in the last video as well. You can look at altcoins on the dollar pair and be like, oh, it goes up. But if Bitcoin also goes up, then it's still no use to be in altcoins, right? Then you can better be in Bitcoin because, like we said, Bitcoin lower risk. So that's not a reason. What you want to look at is if altcoins are actually stronger than Bitcoin, because then they are worth the insane amount of risk that altcoins carry with them. Altcoins are per definition extremely freaking high risk, okay? even your altcoins, okay? Even the altcoins that you feel like, yeah, but this is this is gonna change the world. No. High risk, all of them. Even Ethereum, all of them. If you compare it to like stocks, bonds, whatever, right? Within the crypto space, there's Bitcoin and altcoins are high risk, not like that high risk, some of them. But in 2017, what happened to altcoins on the Bitcoin pair? They went completely parabolic. In 2021, what happened to altcoins on the Bitcoin pair? They went completely parabolic. So far, and yeah, I want to show 2013, but I don't have the data for it on this chart. But still, there weren't that many altcoins back then. So this is the data that we have, right? So post-halving year, parabolic. Post-halving year, parabolic, right? Now, it's still 6 months until the post-halving year, okay? So based on the data that we have, what we can expect for altcoins this year, take a big fucking hit, go sideways, go maybe a little up, maybe a little of everything, nothing crazy. Next year, again, so far, completely parabolic. So at least a move up is what I expect. Again, I don't expect the same parabolic move to happen. I mean, there are more than 5 times as much altcoins right now than what there were over here. So you also have to be way more selective about what you're going to buy, right? Here, the collective altcoin market went up like crazy. Yeah, this time it's not going to go up like that crazy because there are like too many altcoins and not enough money to pump all of these altcoins. Very simple. So there will be a specific group of altcoins that will benefit from that. And yeah, in my opinion, there are some niches that are going to win. Launchpads, AI, gaming. I think these are the clear winners for the next bull run. Because they have shown in the recent pump that we had, that these were the strong ones, right? So the cycle gave us a little preview, actually. Like I said before, like you go to the movie theaters, see a little preview, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's where I want to go. This is the same, right? We got a preview, like, oh yeah, this is where we got to be in. And then you don't want to be like in whatever, in too much in DeFi, or although I'm not saying that can pump, but you know what I mean. So I expect a big altcoin pump next year. Now that means actually that out of the 4-year cycle that we have, that there's just 1 year that altcoins are worth it, right? Not in the bear market years. Right, so here, for example, you don't want to be in altcoins, but also not in the post-halving years or in the halving years, right? Because that's where altcoins on the Bitcoin pair, yeah, they move up, they move down, but overall, man, nothing too crazy. In the post-halving years, did I just say post-halving years? You don't want to be in the pre and the halving years. Sorry, in the post-halving years, you want to be in altcoins. So my game plan for the coming cycle, I already want to lay it out, right? And I want to give a disclaimer. If this cycle eventually turns out to be different, then I, of course, will change this strategy. But so far, it's too soon to say. So far, we're right on track. So my strategy is going to be from the next cycle, end of 2025, I expect a bear market, from whichever price it might be. I expect a bear market. Until beginning 2027, let's say for a year, because that's what it always does, right? That's the period where I will not be in crypto. Maybe I have some Bitcoin somewhere, and that's an amount that I feel like, okay, I'm willing to accept the fact that this could go around 70% lower, right? If you do not want to accept that, then you should not be in that, right? But overall, I will sell everything, okay? Because altcoins get wrecked in the bear market. Bitcoin gets wrecked. Like altcoins, they die, they get wrecked, go down 99%. I don't want to have my money there, right? Then we have the pre-halving year and the halving year. That's where I'm gonna stack up on Bitcoin, because that's where we go sideways and up, right? Same period as this right now, sideways and up. But that's still not the year for altcoins. Then we will get the post-halving year. and then I will convert my Bitcoin into altcoins. Because if altcoins then pump on their Bitcoin pair, I want to be there. Super simple. Let's say you made and we can see it on this chart right here. Just to go back, right? Like, it's always easy to show it in hindsight. I know we discussed this earlier on the channel as well, though. But again, if you, for example, let's go to this cycle, right? If you bought Bitcoin here, you bought it at the low, 15K. Let's say you bought the low, right? Which you don't. And you rode it to almost 75K. That's a 4x. That's a 5x. Good morning. So you made a 5x on your money. In the meantime, altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, they went sideways at best. But from this bottom, they actually went down. So you didn't only save yourself money by not being in these altcoins, you made money with Bitcoin, and then you can convert that Bitcoin into these altcoins, which got wrecked in the meantime. And then you can ride the alt season. So let's say alt season provides us with a bearish 10x, right? What could have you done then? Well, you made a 5x with Bitcoin. So let's say you play with $10,000. You made 50K with Bitcoin. You then put it in altcoins. You ride a 10x on that amount, which is 500K in an alt season. That way, you made a 50x in this cycle, which so far hasn't been that spectacular. 50x while not taking big risk. While everybody is talking about altcoins this and altcoin season is going to happen and this and that, you completely ignored that and you made the best returns out of everybody that always called for an alt season. So far, including this cycle, this has always played out. So there is not a reason to not apply this next cycle. Please apply this next cycle, okay? Not financial advice. Sounds like it though. How can I cover myself? I don't know. Don't sue me. But now, for the people that were in altcoins, because unfortunately we can talk about, too bad, next time will be better, but this cycle is far from over, okay? We have 1.5 years to go. And we have 1.5 years to either get wrecked or make money. Now, I want you to understand this. If person A makes money, then where's that money coming from? From person B, right? So either one of the two has to get wrecked. There is a good chance that a lot of people that are watching this video are on the wrecked side, right? And I certainly hope not. But statistically, out of the maybe 2,000 people that watch this, there are a couple of dozen people that will get wrecked, unfortunately. Now, how to prevent that? Well, if you are already full in altcoins, I feel the fear, I feel the panic, I feel people now, finally, after we discussed this, all of this for a long time, now people start to talk about, better to be in Bitcoin. Altcoins are dead. Altcoins are not coming back. It's over. It's a little too late for that right now. Should have thought about that earlier. So what I would say is, although altcoins can still go down on their Bitcoin pair, although the dominance could go up a bit more, don't capitulate your altcoins into Bitcoin right now. Because we are, when it comes to the dominance, way closer to the top than the bottom. So might as well hold on to it, take a temporary hit if that happens, and then ride your bags. What you do not want to do is now, after this whole move, say, okay, fuck it, you know what? Let's put it into Bitcoin. It's safer. And I can guarantee you a lot of people are going to do that and are already doing that. Therefore, altcoins are going down so hard right now. Don't do that. Because we might not get that last tick upwards. And we just go down and get that alt season. And then you're going to miss out on that. And then you are buying the highs again. And well, then you find yourself wrecked. We might get that tick upward. But then again, if this is the pattern for the Bitcoin dominance, right? So this is showing, is it an alt season or not? You know, down is alt season, up is Bitcoin season. Well, we have been in a Bitcoin season for 3 years now. I think that this pattern is going to play out, that we're doing something like this, right? That's my expectation. So if that's going to play out, then what's the potential upside for the Bitcoin dominance? 4%. Do you want to capitulate for that last 4%? Because the other side of it is 24%. So for me, it's worth it to now look at altcoins, right? Although I still feel like they can get their last rectification, if you want to call it, against Bitcoin. They can get very nasty still. You don't want to try to time the top or the bottom or whatsoever. You just don't want to do that. If you look at the total tree and we exclude USDT and you divide it by Bitcoin, then this is the chart that you get, right? And if you put it on a regular scale, you can see it a little bit better, right? We are closer to the bottom than to the top. So again, could we go down like this? Yeah, it could happen. And that would suck for altcoins, temporary. But can we also go up from this? Yes, and that is a way bigger percentage, right? So that's about risk reward, right? You do not want to go all into that or all into that. Just look at the risk reward and be like, okay, this is how I'm going to place it. Because in all honesty, a lot of people, they claim to know that this is going to happen. A lot of people claim to know that this is sport and that this is going to happen. I would like to claim to know that I have no fucking clue what's going to happen. I think I have an idea based on how things are looking and the most likely outcome is down. But I don't know. I don't know, right? So I am not going to place all my eggs in that basket, because if I am wrong, then I completely miss out on this cycle. And I find myself wrecked. It's so important to consider that you might be wrong at something, okay? So if I think, for example, that Bitcoin goes to 250K, am I not selling at 240? Fuck, I'm selling way earlier because I could be completely wrong, right? That's just the best way to to look at it, in my opinion. So, one, don't capitulate right now. Not into Bitcoin and especially not into USDT. Okay? Or in whatever stablecoin you want to do. A lot of people, they bought up here. Right? And they are now down a lot. Right? Again, this chart is just down with 38%. Again, I also made a poll. How much are you down from your portfolio? Most answers were like 70% or so. So the common mistake in crypto, of course, that people make is buy high and sell low. Yeah, if you happen to be a high buyer, maybe you were high during buying. That explains a lot though. But if you happen to buy here, then okay, you made one mistake. But don't make the second then, right? Then just, because if you do that, then you're basically saying that you don't have the faith that it will go up again. It will go up again. We might do this and then go up again. Go through it. It sucks, but go through it. Because again, this move might not happen. And what if you now, right, sell here and it goes up again? Then you find yourself buying there again. Then you're in a big loss. You play this market to make money, right? Not to lose it and try to save what's left and by doing that losing more. That's not what you want to do. That's not what you want to do. So that's mistake number 2 that you can make. Really don't capitulate right now. A lot of people are capitulating. Let them, right? What you in my opinion want to do is, I said it before and it sucks to say this because we all want something different in life, but it's what it is. Get a job, right? Get a job. If you already have a job, work overtime, get a side hustle. Cut your expenses. Do anything you can to stack cash. Okay, very simple. Because why? Well, if we do get this move down, then you don't feel so bad about it, right? Then you can just buy super low. And even if you bought the top here and you buy it here as well, then your average is somewhere around here. And every move up from here is profit instead of playing even. Now, if you now work and etc. and you stack cash and this move doesn't happen, I'm so sorry that you have some cash left. I feel so bad for you. You have money. Oh no. So fuck it. Then you have some cash. That doesn't matter. You will always, I never met somebody that find that a problem. Make sure that you have cash. Make sure that you have a passive income. Do something, right? Just do something. What you can do within crypto is reshuffle maybe. So you might not want to sell stuff, but you can also reshuffle. And now this is not a great example as the numbers aren't like that spectacular today. But let's say Wild World down. This is in your portfolio and this is down badly. But you also have Trader Joe in your portfolio. Well, this is not a great example. Let me find an example that's not down, unfortunately. Every altcoin is down. Let's say you have Super. It's also down, but it's down less. Or it's maybe a little up for the day or the week. You already know where I'm going, right? Take some Super, take some profits from that or less losses and put it into something that's down more. Restructure, reshuffle. That's the way to really increase your altcoin back without permanently selling something. You're not selling something, you're just reallocating, right? You're not out of the market that way. That's a great way to do it. Another way is, but you have to be patient for that, is taking profits. Take your I hope a lot of people, they I like making polls on this channel. I made a poll as well a couple of months ago when we were pretty close to the highs. And I asked, are you taking profits? And so many people said no. Right? So we went all the way here. Right? And so many people were saying, no, I'm not taking profits. We're in a freaking bull market. It's going up forever. Like it's only green. Red doesn't exist in crypto. You know that. And now we're down on this chart 66%. That's too bad, right? Because if you put $1,000 in here and you write it up and you now have $6,000, let's say you take $3,000 out, right? And it now goes down. You still have $3,000 in, but you now also have $3,000 to buy this dip. It is that simple. You always want to take profits. I am doing the opposite of what people are doing sometimes. Some people, they have so much troubles with taking profits they would like to hold forever. And that's not great. That's not great. If you look at this chart as well, hold. Why? Because of the 100x meme or whatever, right? From this wick low until the top, it went up 30x. People thought, oh, this is going 40, 50x, so let's wait for that. And then it doesn't happen and you ride it all the way down again. What I sometimes do is I buy and then it goes up this amount. And then I sell a good portion of it. And then I happen to find out that it's going up more. Does that suck? Yeah, it's like not great. Of course, it's not perfect. Then again, that's better than writing it up and writing it down again, right? Because you came in crypto to make money. The people that, you know, if a chart looks like this, right? If they buy it here and they write it again up and they write it down again, did they make money? No, right? If I buy it here and I sell it here, right? And it goes down, did I make money? Yes, right? Not as much as I could have, but I made money. So mission accomplished, right? Outperformed the rest of the market. That's what you want to do. It's not about, oh, I'm trying to do better than that person or than that. But then again, crypto is player first player, okay? You try to buy when somebody else sells. You try to sell when somebody else buys, right? And your job is to buy it at low points. And unfortunately for other people, they are now capitulating. So they looked at this chart, which is now down 87%, and they now feel like, okay, let's sell it. Yeah, you are the winner if you are buying it then, right? I'm not saying you should buy all the lows, but capitulating on a chart that's down 80%, that's also not the best move. So if you are out of cash, apply this. Okay, please do that. And I want to make it very clear. Your long-term mindset for crypto should be bullish as hell. Okay, let me make it very clear. Bitcoin is going to $1 million someday. I think we all know that, right? $1 million, more even. It's very simple. It's kind of written on the wall, right? Supply, demand. Well, there's not much more supply coming. The demand is growing like crazy. And that will make the price go up. It's easy economics. The good altcoins will go with it, right? If you look at an Ethereum, we'll always go with it, probably. Maybe we can now put Solana in the blue chips category as well. I honestly think it's a little too soon to say, though. Maybe a Dogecoin, which has been around for fucking ever, right? XRP, will like still be... I think, honestly, that these older altcoins, like this is my price prediction for XRP, give or take. So in 10 years' time, it's around the same level. No, but the good altcoins will go with it. All these other altcoins, though, are temporary, okay? Some will survive, but you don't know which one. So play the altcoin market to make money short-term, put it into Bitcoin long-term. And if you want to have cash because you want to buy some shit, which you can also do with Bitcoin mostly, but if you then cash out a bit, right? But overall, the dollar is worth less and less and less. So then you want to be in an asset that outperforms the dollar. Well, here we go, right? I don't know why I drawn this. This is really what you want to do, but you want to have a long-term positive mindset about crypto. Is Bitcoin going up? Yes, 100%, right? Not with 100%, but 100% guaranteed that Bitcoin is designed to keep on going up. Although we have bear markets in between, doesn't matter. Right? Will altcoins go up? If we look at this specific cycle, yes, altcoins will go up as well, right? It looks kind of like we are here somewhere. If you want to compare cycles, right? We're at the top, came down to the bottom. We went up pretty hard. Everybody thought it was a bull market, and then we started to go down. Right, we had the top, went to the bottom, started to go up pretty hard. Everybody thought it was a bull market, and it is a bull market, by the way, but that it would go on forever, basically. And then we start to go down. People panicking, freaking out, selling. And at a certain point, we will find a bottom in that range. We go sideways, right? I draw sideways because this was the COVID crash. Without that, I think we would have just gone sideways here. So at a certain point, we will do that in this cycle as well. And then we can go up. As we get money printing, QE, inflation rates under control, the macro will look good, right? That's just what we get. Where will altcoins bottom? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Don't keep on buying every single dip, but don't ignore this whole move that's happening right now. What you don't want to do is look at altcoins and be like, oh, it came down really hard, right? It will go down here and then I buy. Right? I mean, same case, it just doesn't go there and goes up and you missed out and you fucking still didn't buy the real dip. My expectation, could there be a real correction? Yeah. A lot of people, they might feel like, bro, isn't this like, the fuck, you just showed everything is down 80%. Isn't this the real correction? Let me tell you what. After something went down 80%, it can go down another 80%, right? Not saying it will, but it's definitely possible. But again, if you look at this chart, it's not that bad, right? Again, from the top until where we are right now, we are down 37%. What did we do last cycle? From the top until the bottom, we went down 59%. This is not me saying that we will go down 59%, but it is me saying it happened before, so there's not a single fucking reason somebody can give me that it cannot happen again, right? So we can go down here, 150 billion, right? From this point, that's another 34%. So almost the same move. Well, if you look at a lot of altcoins, see the 5 from the top until where we are right now, down 70%. What if we go down another 70%? It's basically around the bottom. Hey, we went to that level in this market already. Why shouldn't we again, right? And this goes for a lot. So it's, and how I just do this, how I play this game, it's very simple. Like I said, I'm prepared. I'm prepared with cash, and that also prepares you mentally. Long video, by the way, guys. Sorry for that, but I'm not sorry for that. Okay, please give it a like. Would help me a lot. You would see my big ugly head more often on your screen. I just want to build the smartest community, because the smartest community is eventually the richest community. Okay, but I just built a big cash bag, and I can now look at these charts and be like, nice, I can buy quite low. While 75%, according to another poll that I made, has no cash to buy, right? So 75% of the people feel like shit right now, because the only thing that they can do is just wait and hope that it goes up and not capitulate in the meantime. And that's where it goes wrong. That's where it goes wrong. And I can at any point say, okay, time to now buy again, right? And I did already a little bit with some coins. CD5 is looking great at this level, by the way. I might buy some. But that's how I feel comfortable with this stuff. Really feel comfortable. Because most people, they have to make this move up again, 250% or so, like that's a 3.5x, to play even, to you know, get out of the loss. I can now buy, and once we are back here, I'm in a huge profit on my overall portfolio. If we go back to the cycle highs, well, guys, I don't know, but I can pretty much guarantee that we will go back to the cycle highs. Matter of fact, we will go back to the previous cycle highs. Matter of fact, we will go way above the previous cycle highs. Why? Data. Always happened. So no reason for me to believe that it's not going to happen. That's already one reason, right? Very simple. The trend is your friend until the end of it. It's not the end. It's playing out exactly like it does every single time. So I'm fucking bullish long term. Short term, I'm prepared. I'm cautious, like I've said for months. And now I'm in a super comfortable place. And I need you to take this with you in the next bull market. So please, if you have time, if you have no life, if you sold your life to buy more stupid altcoins, then rewatch this video, write this down, really put it on your wall. It's not that I claim that I know it all, because I for sure don't. I for sure fucking don't. And you're gonna see me make some mistakes as well, 100%, right? I'm a human. But this has worked out for me. This has really worked out for me. And I unfortunately feel better than 75% of the other people in this market right now. And since crypto is player first player, that puts me in a good position. And I want to put this whole community in the same position, okay? Play this game with me. We can do it. Like the video. Again, give it a good like. Let me know down below. How do you feel? I want to feel the sentiment. How do you feel? And if you answer that, it means that you have watched the whole video. You are a legend. Okay, now I'm gonna quit it. Have a very nice day, guys.